No one can better describe what happened during the first days of the offensive than those who were inside the meat grinder. I want you to listen to Sergeant Marcus of the 47th Battalion Mega's address to the Ukrainians, who like the rest of the world, believed the pro-Russian propaganda in the first days. Dear folks, I wish you good health. So, I want to bring some clarity to what is happening on the information plane. I thank God see a little, hear a little of what is written and published, but small pieces reach me. And as far as I understand, the majority of things that circulate in our environment, including the things that Ukrainians themselves pull into our information environment, the source of it is in Russia. So, a prime example of their lies. On the very first day, when they were stating that our brigade had already been defeated, that we had 350 dead, that there was no more brigade, we had 5 lost lives. This is a prime example of how much they lie, how much what they claim has nothing to do with reality. Please do not distribute all this, do not drag it into the information environment, do not. On the losses of the Russians. Just yesterday they brought more than 100 of their dead from this direction to Tokmak. In the last few days alone we have destroyed 12.5 of their tanks. 2-1A Song Sepyok. How many of their BMPs, wheeled vehicles, other armored vehicles we destroyed? Honestly, I haven't even counted. We are on the offensive, they are on the defensive. And they have losses many times more than ours. As to our people, nobody is cowardly. The guys of the 47th Brigade, the Magura fighters, they fuck like lions. I've never seen more courageous and dignified people in my life. And don't you dare write one bad word about these men. They're fighting, including your right to exist. So have some respect. If you don't have anything to say on the matter, you'd better say nothing. Or write words of support. All these people need your support. Don't act like jackals. Don't push people around. It's hard for people. It's hard for people, but they're fighting. They're damn gnawing out meter by meter. Oh, I've also heard of people being sent for meat. Well, nobody damn sends people to the meat, not in any way. I as a representative of the brigade command, go on assaults with people every day. Every damn day. Not in the command cars but directly in the vehicles with the infantry. And I storm along with them on foot. I'm right there with them. The 47th Brigade Command is right there with their men. Thank you. The 47th Afu Magura Mechanized Brigade is advancing right now, in fact, through solid minefields. Despite all supplies, mine-clearing equipment is still insufficient for such a density of mine barriers, forcing fighters to advance on foot and in continuous combat. In spite of this, the brigade's fighters still go forward and inflict substantial losses on the occupants. It was the soldiers of the 47th Magura Brigade who took on the first battles in the summer offensive. They were on those shots with the damaged equipment, which multiplied the Russian propaganda. The American M2 Bradley and German tank Leopard 2 were lost on that day. According to the expert, who has many years of experience in the operation of M2 Bradley, the Afu fighters acted correctly. They performed a super complex and dangerous maneuver, a breakthrough. However, it took place without the domination of the air forces of Ukraine. Some vehicles exploded on mines and some were hit by anti-tank guided missiles. Oryx counted losses over the 2 days of the summer campaign. Russia lost 88 pieces of equipment, while the Ukrainian side lost 83 pieces. Almost 1-to-1, Ukraine even slightly less, which is simply phenomenal for an advancing side. Let me remind you that the advancing side usually loses 3 times as much. This is precisely why the Ukrainians needed the quality equipment provided by their partners. The line of defense has to be pressed through in hellish conditions, so that at some point the enemy's everything starts to crumble. For anyone interested, I'll leave a link to the detailed data from this countdown in the comments below the video.